let's go to the next slide and kick off this introductory session. Great. So what we're aiming to do together today is run you through, firstly, the mission and ambition of JWOPA, the global alliance that you have recently joined, and then look a little bit more at explaining the membership, followed by snapshots of what we do as an alliance, and highlight the sixth Global Water Operator Partnership Congress that I just mentioned, which is going to be held in Bonn, Germany, where our GWOPA Secretariat is hosted from the 27th to the 30th of October. So a big event, our flagship event that is held every 2 years, that is about to commence. And then we hope to have a little bit of time left for questions and answers from you. And just as a start in welcoming you to this alliance, of course, this is going to be an ongoing dialogue with you. We look forward to hearing more about what you and your organization would like to benefit from JWOPA. And this is just a short introduction to kick off our partnership together. So, Mickey, if you go to the next slide. And next. Great. So the one before, please. JWOPA is a UN-facilitated network. It's facilitated by the United Nations Human Settlements Program, UN Habitat, that has its headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. Some of you may be familiar with UN Habitat. And as of today, we have over 200 members. You'll see a little bit more on the breakdown of the membership later on in this presentation, who are together advancing the principles of solidarity-based peer-to-peer partnerships called water operator partnerships that we will also explain briefly to you a little bit further on this today. Ultimately, to strengthen the capacities of utilities to achieve SDG 6 and related SDGs. I think it will be useful for you as additional sort of background that we share the annual report, and we will put that into the chat as we go along in this briefing. Next, Mickey. We have a strategy 2020-24 where we are currently working. We are inviting all members, including you now as new members, to prepare for the next strategy, which is starting in January next year. And in the current strategy, we look at 3 main areas of work: guiding knowledge around water operator partnerships, and then enabling water operator partnerships in the sense of them taking place at country level between utilities and seeking funding for them, as well as mobilizing the alliance, leveraging members and partners and platforms, which you will also hear more about. Next, Mickey. The orientation has, in 2025, has been refined a bit further. We had an evaluation last year. So we are aligning more and more our work also with making sure that we look at the enabling environment around which utilities work at city level. And also, you can go to the next one, Mickey. Also aligned with UN Habitat Strategic Plan, which was just launched this year, where urban basic services is at the center of the plan, including the urgent transformation of informal settlements and slums. And here, JWOPA plays a very significant role in making sure that we look at water and sanitation and the utilities that provide those services in cities. And we're happy to also share the UN Habitat Strategic Plan with you as new members. Next. Now, just in terms of framing our work before we go into the details of what the Alliance does, first of all, the work on public water and sanitation utilities is highlighted in the New Urban Agenda, which is one of the guiding documents for UN Habitat, together with the SDGs, in particular SDG 11, which looks at human settlements in cities. And we've just highlighted it here to frame the work that we do. And you can go to the next slide. Also, there are, of course, SDG 6 is the main related water and sanitation target, but also other SDGs that guide and frame the work that we do. And you can go to the next slide. And we will share this presentation, just highlighting, and we have this available on our website, looking at what is the direct, let's say, contribution by the work of utilities, water and sanitation utilities, vis-a-vis the different SDGs. And we've unpacked here, just as an example, how the work we do to strengthen the capacity of utilities relates also directly to an SDG such as that on achieving gender equality and empowerment for women and girls. And all this is available on our website, and just to help frame the directions of the work that we do together. Next. We celebrated the 15th anniversary of JWOPA last year, so you're joining a sort of let's say teenager in development cooperation, and we're proud of the achievements that we have. JWOPA was launched, so now it's already 16 years ago, by the then UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, who had the vision around this alliance that is hosted with UN Habitat. And some of the results we've achieved in the first 15 years are available here, and also, of course, on a lot of our websites, including reaching more than 3,500 utility workers with our capacity building through WOPs. Next. We have some milestones. I will not go into them in detail here. It can be of interest just for you to know the history of the alliance that you've joined. I've mentioned the launch with the UN Secretary General at the time. And this led to the founding of JWOPA in 2009. You can go to the next slide. And a number of other milestones that we've highlighted here, including the 2010 UN General Assembly that recognizes access to safe and clean drinking water as a human right, which is also one of the pillars of our Congress, on still very much focusing on the human right to water and sanitation, and how we can deliver on making sure that right is entitled to citizens globally. Next. Leading up and more closely, and also in terms of looking forward, the New Urban Agenda was, of course, launched in 2016. I shared a citation from there. It elevated the role of utilities as stakeholders, which is important for us in our mandate. And also in the UN conference, Water Conference in 2023, we made a pledge, and I'll show this on the next slide, to engage with an additional 100 utilities in terms of water operator partnerships by 2030. And this is a call and a plea. And this is where we're very excited also to expand the membership with new members such as you, because we can only achieve this pledge by expanding our partnerships and making sure that we together seek possibilities to do more of these water operator partnerships. Next. Here it is, the pledge. We will share the link to it, and a lot of our sort of roadmap is towards making sure that we can encourage more partnerships, more water operator partnerships in meeting this joint pledge. Next. Now, some of you will be aware that the next UN Water Conference will be next year in Senegal in 2026, December. And here we have an important momentum that you're joining in now with the Alliance on building on the pledge of 2023 that I just referenced, and making sure that water and sanitation utilities are really recognized in the 2026 Water Conference as well, in the significant role they're playing in achieving the SDGs. UN Habitat will have the World Urban Forum in Azerbaijan in May next year. That's also where JWOPA will have our assembly, and you will hear more about that. And we have other milestones such as the COP30 on climate, where we're also very active looking at the climate dimensions of what utilities do, just in terms of some of the roadmaps of what you're joining into in this alliance. Next. As I mentioned, we're preparing a new strategy, and we are setting up a task force, and any members are welcome to engage on this, and we will be setting up outreach sessions on developing the new strategy. wanting really to make sure that we are as relevant as possible to our membership, that we are flexible and respond to the needs of utilities. So just sharing this here in terms of where we are as an alliance. As I've mentioned, we have by now 16 years of experience and lining up for the next 5-year plan. And so I think you're joining in an important moment from this perspective as well in the alliance. Next. So with that, it is my pleasure just to briefly explain just a little bit about the Secretariat. I mentioned that we're based in Bonn, and then the headquarters of Habitat is in Nairobi. I've already introduced myself, but for those who joined a little bit later, really my pleasure to be here and welcome you personally as the head of JWOPA. And on the screen here, we've just highlighted the way we are divided regionally in terms of responding to members from different regions with the colleagues here on the screen. We will also share this with you. This is not the complete team here in Bonn, and I want to recognize that as well. We have Mickey, for example, online here, and Safa. Mickey is dealing directly with membership, Safa with comms, and we will be sharing that information with you as well so that you have the full picture of the Secretariat. And our role is really here, first and foremost, to service you as a Secretariat. The main funding for JWOPA and the core funding that is supporting us in Bonn is the government of Germany, that we're very appreciative of. And we are currently hosted here for the next period in Bonn. So with that, I will hand over to my colleague Anne to take you through the next steps of being a member of JWOPA. So over to you, Anne.
Okay, thank you, Åsa, and good morning, everybody. All right, so after this introduction from Åsa, we will look into a bit more detail about how JWOPA is structured and what we do. So I'm Anne Bousquet. I am with JWOPA for now more than 15 years. I was there at the foundation of our alliance. And I'm also based in Bonn. And as you could see, I'm involved Latin America, Southeastern Europe, Eastern part of Europe as well, and responsible also for governance issues, amongst others. Next, Mickey. So you've joined a big alliance, and I would like to congratulate all of you to have taken that step. We are now more than 200 institutional members within the alliance. It grew steadily since we started formalizing the membership. And what is important here is to see that the majority of our members are water and sanitation operators and utilities in their different forms, public utilities, private utilities, community-based utilities, also their associations. Next. So that's our growth, steady, as I said. Of course, we ambition to have many more operators. You know that globally there are hundreds of thousands of operators on the planet. So we would like to see a few more joining JWOPA. Next. The composition is also reflecting usually the WOP practice globally, meaning that many of our members are from Africa. That's the blue part here on the right, but we have also another group from Southeastern Europe, an important group from Asia, from Latin America, from Western Europe, from Northern America, and so on. So it's quite diverse, but it's also reflecting the WOP practice globally. Next. What is so I'd like just to add one thing about the membership composition. So as I said, mostly our members are operators and utilities because this is our mandate, this is our core target. But of course, we are welcoming all institutions from the sector, not-for-profit institution. This is important to remember. So we also welcome learning institutions, local governments, other UN agencies, other type of professional network, as long as they are structured as associations, asset holding company, regulators. So it's not just operators, and lots of NGOs also active in the water and sanitation sector supporting operators. Now, when it comes to our outreach globally, we are working with our WOP platform. So we've been active supporting those existing already in the world, or also helping some countries to establish national WOP platform. So you see that we have a regional WOP platform in Africa hosted by the African Utility Association, AFWASA. We have a big platform in Latin America, which is hosted, which is called WOPLAC. It's an informal network with hundreds of operators as well. Part of that network, it's hosted by ISA in Argentina. There is one platform also for the Caribbean, hosted by the Caribbean Waste and Water Association. The same in the Pacific. Also, in Western Europe, we have a platform hosted by APE, Aqua Publica Europea, which is the Association of Public European Water and Sanitation Operators. So this is how we are partnering globally to have our antennas, let's say, at the most local level, since we are secretariat. GWOPA is in Bonn, is a secretariat in Bonn. Next. So your organization joined as a member, and this is how we are structuring our membership in terms of governance within the Alliance. So all the members are part of the GWOPA Assembly, both institutional members and individual members. The institutional members, they are categorized by constituencies. That's all the different type of members that I listed earlier. Individual members, we join through our community of practice, and I will also say a word about this. So we have an assembly that convene every 2 years. Next time will be in Azerbaijan in the framework of the World Urban Forum that Osa mentioned. And out of the assembly, we are electing a representative for each category of member to a steering committee. So this steering committee reflects the composition of the assembly, of the whole membership of institutional members. We meet very regularly online, and we have a big annual meeting as well. They play a very important role to convey the voices of their constituents to the Alliance, to guide our strategy, our work plan for the coming year. The Secretariat is also reporting the activities of the Alliance to the steering committee members. So it's a very important interface of accountability from the members to the Secretariat and vice versa. The chair of this committee is the executive director of UN Habitat ourselves. And we have elected members and non-elected members. So as I said, elected members represent their constituents. And we have non-elected members, which are the WOP platform, which got us a seat as observer in the steering committee. The Secretariat roles is of course to implement the work plan of the Alliance, coordinate, and I'll show also a bit more about what we do, our service to our membership. Next. So we have this elected steering committee. Next. What are the benefits of becoming an institutional member of GWOPA? So as I said, I'd like to congratulate all of you for that. So you join a powerful alliance of like-minded organizations that are willing to help one another on a not-for-profit basis to develop the capacity of service providers towards the achievement of SDG 6. So from the Secretariat point of view, we are availing to our members this network of like-minded organizations and facilitating peer learning. So we have different ways to do that. Mentorship, also, of course, through the web practice, connecting operators with one another who want to work together. We are also curating a knowledge network through different channels, and I will present it a bit later, but notably our community of practice, our learning material. So we are availing to the members an interesting set of resources in terms of knowledge that we are constantly updating. And it's also interesting to see that it's based on also this willingness between the utilities to share their experience and their knowledge. We offer also our members a global exposure by participating to those exchanges at a global level, and also which materializes in opportunities such as the Congress or the Assembly. We are also very active in global international water events, and we are also always giving the spotlight to the members to showcase their good practices. By contributing also to the Alliance through the Assembly, through the Steering Committee, conveying your voices to both the Secretariat, the Steering Committee, you are also contributing to shaping the global policies on water and sanitation, and having the influence in the global community of the water and sanitation sector, development aid, but also actors in general. So as Åsa mentioned, for example, we have been very active in the last water conference of the UN, and we are already preparing the next one. And all of that through that governance structure that we have put in place. Okay, next. Of course, so as institutional members, you have rights and benefits, but we are also expecting something from your organizations and from you as individuals, as representative of your organization in the Alliance. So we are expecting the organization to fully embrace the GWOPA Charter. So all our principles of how we are supporting operators to help one another, they are captured in this charter. It's a very important document because it's really at the core of everything we do. And it's sanctuarized, I would say, some very simple principles, which are the not-for-profit principle. So this alliance it's not meant to help companies to sell products. It's really meant to convey a spirit of solidarity and collaboration on a not-for-profit basis. It's also based on mutual benefits. I really invite you to have a look at our charter and our guiding principle. By becoming a member of the Alliance, you are expected to comply and to embrace the spirit and the principle of the charter. We would like, of course, all our institutional members to become ambassadors of the Alliance and about the WOP approach. So convey GWOPA's messages, promote the WOP practice, advocate, bring others on board of the WOP family. We also want you to be active, like to contribute to our discussions, to contribute to our when we are disseminating a survey, because we want to know what is happening on the ground. We are counting on you and your contribution to let us know, and then it's influencing, as we say, like how we also speak at the global level at high-level events to convey the voices of the operators and of our members. We also expect our members to contribute their knowledge. I think this is really the basic of becoming a member in the Alliance. That's de facto we are expecting your organization to be willing to share knowledge. And we have established different channels to do that. As I said, we are calling for sessions in global or regional events. We are convening webinars. We are sometimes doing data collection, documentation, and so on. We have that newsletter, for example, where we also want to have spotlights on our members' activities. So there are many different ways to contribute knowledge for benefit of others. And also, if for operators, of course, to engage in WOP as mentors or as mentees or both, or for those who are organizations which are not utilities to support WOPs within the Alliance. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Next. Okay, so now an overview, and I'm going to be a bit quick here. What we do, how we service our membership, also concretely give you some examples. So we are coordinating, implementing WOPs at country and at regional level. And these are just a few because the secretariat, our little team in Bonn, it's not us who are implementing WOPs. As I said, we want to really emphasize that we are convening an alliance of WOP practitioners and who are ultimately the one implementing WOPs. So, but we have a few that we are coordinating from the secretariat. So we have an eWOP program now which is towards its closing, but we have a new one opening soon, and that's a very important information because we have opportunities for funding for WOPs here. In the second phase of the eWOP program, we have some WOPs at country level in Ethiopia, in Ukraine, with UNICEF, and more to come soon as well. And we are also amplifying the sanitation-focused WOPs that we call SWOPs, with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation support, and also with development account in Asia. Next. Just a few words here about how to get involved also in knowledge sharing, networking. We have developed this Global WOPs online community, which we call COP, Community of Practice. We have more than 2,000 individual members here. Many of them are staff of utilities. It's open to all our members, and this is really active, working well. There are technical discussion through different technical hubs. Staff from utilities or other experts share here material. We have webinars on specific topics. We always ask also on which interest. And it's done in collaboration also with some other partners. So this is very active. I definitely encourage you to join also the COP. Maybe my colleague can put in the chat the link or the contact to ask to join the Global WOP community. And it's also easy to communicate in other languages here because it's embedded. Next slide. Okay, this that's an overview of that global committee of practice. Next. We have also a Global WOPs Observatory at GWOPA, where we are tracking the progress of the WOP practice globally, where we give an overview of the WOP happening. So it's also an interesting repository of knowledge here. to understand which operators have been active in WOPs as mentees, as mentors. And we are always encouraging our members to let us know about their WOP so that we can feature them on the global map of the WOP practice. Next. We have also developed some specific tool to help partners to put in place, to partner in a more efficient manner, and notably the partnership management platform. It's an online platform where WOP practitioners are using themselves to plan and to monitor their WOP projects. And we have some tutorials. We explain how to use that, and we also provide continual support for those who are interested to use it. Of course, it's for free as everything that we do. Also, to join the global community of practice is free as the membership of GWOPA, as you know. Next. We provide WOPs training. We have some online material also here. We are usually also recording our webinars and so on. So please have a look at the website of GWOPA. You will find all of that. We have also, we have two types of material. We have some material which are really meant to guide the WOP practice itself, the way partners are partnering, so how to set up WOPs in place, how to plan the WOPs, how to monitor the WOPs. And then we have material that are more technical, like for this one featured here on water safety plan. We have some material on non-revenue water. There are, like that's quite diverse. Next. Other WOPs tools are like, as you can see on the screen, we are also doing case studies, which are quite informative also. Next. Communication material. I just wanted to highlight here that as a GWOPA member, and as we said, like we would like you to become ambassadors of GWOPA. You have access also to a padlet with some communication material. And please let us know if you don't manage the access. Maybe we can put here in the chat, colleagues Lilou and Miki in the background. Please put the cut and paste this link. I know they should have received it with their welcome package, but it would be good to repeat it here. And also how to become a member of the COP. All right, next. And it's all in Spanish and French for those who are French like me, or Francophone. It's quite useful. Last two slides, I think I have two more slides. We have a Global WOPs Congress, as Osa said, so please have a look at it's also on our webpage. This is something that my colleagues can put also on the chat. You have to register. Registration is for free. It will happen in Bonn from the 27th to the 30th of October. It's a very good opportunity to meet with your peers, to network, to have an insight of the latest good WOP practices, good operators practices. Lots of water professionals are coming here in Bonn. And what makes it a bit, I think, a bit special is that it's again, like it's free, no registration fee. No one is here to sell pipes and pumps. It's really like the family reunion and an extended family. So we are always happy to see new people. Don't lose that opportunity. And we are curating also nice site visits and so on. So please have a look at our page on the Congress and register. Next slide. I think, yeah, that's the theme of the Congress, Solidarity in Action. Next. And yeah, just also don't miss opportunity announcement is about the EWOP phase 2, which is now open for applications. So it's the second round of our collaboration with the EU, the DJ INTPA, International Partnership, 14 million euros to go in a second phase. So we are expecting 30 new or extended partnership funded through this window. It's going to be over 48 months, so it's quite long-term, long partnerships between operators. We have a dedicated web page. Again, maybe my colleagues can put that link on the chat. And it's open for applications. And for new partnership, it's going to be open until end of November, mid-November. So please also have a look, because that's a golden opportunity to actually implement operators WOPs. And I think I'll leave it here. I don't think I have any more